Alright guys, today I'm going to show you how to make a custom niche out of Kerdi board. What we're going to do is we're going to cut this out of one piece, we're going to fold it and insert it, and we don't have to do all that extra banding. So the first thing you want to do is take your rough opening measurement. We've already done that here. We had 43.5 across here with 6 inches of depth. So you're going to add in 6, 6, 43.5, and you get 55.5. Now you want to subtract 2 inches from that because you're going to have folds in each corner, and those folds are going to take up 1 inch in each side, so we take 2 inches off of that rough measurement. And we've done that both ways. Rough board size is going to be 53.5 by 26.5. Alright, so we got our rough piece cut, and what I want to show you is these lines that I've drawn out here. So we know that one side is going to be the depth, and the depth is 6 inches minus one board that's going to be on the back, so it's 5.5 inches. So we're going to take and mark 5.5 inches on 2 sides. I picked these 2 sides. So we did 5.5 and we did 5.5. Now from the inside, we're going to take that rough opening we measured and subtract an inch because we got a board on each side. So we had a 16.5 inch opening, which makes this opening 15.5 inches. So I marked a line 15.5, made that line. Doesn't matter what this extra overhang is because if it hangs out, we can cut it off. It's not a big deal. Now I did the same thing going this way, 5.5. Then I took my rough opening, I subtracted an inch, and I made my mark. Now if you cut your rough board the right size, it should be about 5.5 all the way around. As you can see, I got my rough cut pretty dead on, so it should be about 5.5 all the way around. The reason I do it from one side is because sometimes if things are a little bit off and you measure this 5.5 on both sides, it won't fit. It actually won't fit. You'll end up cutting it too big and it won't even fit into the cavity. So measure from one side and the adjacent side, then measure your rough opening, then make your lines, then make your cuts. So what we're going to cut is, you see how that cut, when this folds, it's going to need something to fasten into. So this is this relief cut that we've drawn here. Don't cut this one. Cut this one, and this one. So I'm going to go ahead and mark an X around all these ones I don't want to cut just to remind myself not to cut those. Now, as you can see, when this folds and then this folds, we'll be able to put a screw in right here and hold this piece in. Oh, actually, we do cut all the way through here. Sorry. We do cut all the way there. Otherwise, this won't fold. Alright, so now we're going to cut this line, and we're only going to cut it halfway through. Cut this one all the way through. Cut this one all the way through. See how that relief overlaps. Now we got a place to fasten and glue. And if you look on the inside, none of this membrane's been cut, so it's sealed. Once we add some Kerdi Fix and some screws in there, this is nice and sealed. All along where these joints are going to meet. Just bring a nice bead of Kerdi Fix. Alright, so now we got our niche together, assembled and glued. Last thing to do is just slide it in. Sweet.